My name's Jason. 3 months ago, I learned to sail. 2 months after that, I bought a 28-foot 1963 Pearson Triton. And now, I'm on a 500 nautical mile journey sailing alone through the Great Lakes. It's been a challenging experience. As anticipated, I've made some mistakes. I've also learned a lot along the way, built on my skills, and I've also gained a little bit more resilience. The most recent challenge was that last week, I injured my back while putting away the mainsail in heavy winds. Since then, I've been slowly limping further to complete the passage. A few days ago, I made it to Killarney, where I've been resting. And that's where this video begins. Well, I am here at Killarney. This is the Sportsman Marina. I've been here for the past 3 days, 3 nights. Yeah, my back is still bad. Progress with the back, I don't know if there's been any. I'm gonna, I don't want to have a video talking about the pain that I'm in, but just need to mention it because of just recording the journey. Yeah, it's almost like a pinched nerve or something in my lower back. It's affecting my left leg. My calf on my left leg now is tensing up because of overcompensation. I have numbness in my foot from time to time. Lying down on my back relieves all the pressure. My legs slightly elevated is good as well. Lying on my right side is more or less okay. I found putting a pillow between my knees helps a little bit. I also find that in the morning when I wake up is absolutely the worst. I feel good. I wake up, I feel, hey, my back is better. And then I try to get up. And when I get up, I don't know, it's just the weight on my leg. Even just the weight of the leg, because I'm not putting weight. When I first wake up especially, I'm not standing, putting weight on my leg. Just the weight hanging, my leg hanging there. Agony. Very difficult to get going. And yeah, to make my morning coffee, it involves, getting up, start the water boiling, quickly lie back down to relieve the sharp pain. Water starts to boil. I'm forced to get up to deal with it. Pour it through the coffee filter, lie back down. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's fantastic. Anyway, the thing is, while lying here, I've been looking at the weather. I've got this, this dilemma that I'm stuck up in Killarney, and there could be a lot worse places than being stuck in Killarney. Beautiful place. Everybody here at the marina has been super friendly, fantastic. But I need to keep moving on, and this is the thing. Like, what are my options? I could look to see if there's a way to get the boat hauled out here and call it quits and come back next year, or at some point sit here waiting for my back to be better, whether it's a week, a month, or 2 months, and then continue sailing, or push on carefully. And I'm choosing to push on. So then the next thing is the weather windows. So yesterday, the weather looked like more or less garbage. It showed extremely high winds tomorrow afternoon, lasting throughout the day. If I remember right, it was like a constant wind speed of around 20 knots with gusts of 35 and wave heights of 1.5 meters. So there's that. And then the next thing is that the distance from here to the next marina is a good 10, 11, possibly 12 hours away. So that means that I need to anchor. I had a few ideas that I could duck into the Collins Inlet, and even take a couple days to really go slow, 1.5 hours into Collins Inlet, motor through it, anchor again, then continue on to the next anchorage, and then continue on to the marina later. The problem with that idea is that, well, it's energy. It's my gas consumption for the outboard, and that I would use a lot of gas, and I would risk running out of gas because of just being away from marina and what I have for capacity. I would probably be okay, but there's the risk of that. And then also the other energy issue is that I'm only using my Blue Eddy device, and I could conserve it and use nothing, but I use Navionics for navigation. So my phone needs to be charged, and I need to see the weather, so I need my phone to be charged for that as well. And that would be the minimum. And I don't know, because when I'm running with the phone is open constantly and using the GPS, so it burns through a lot of power. I have to hook up a power bank, and this power bank is good for 1 or 2 days worth of travel. I'm not quite sure, 1 day for sure, but then I always top it up at the end of the day. So again, I might not make it with a 3 or 4 day stretch of travel, and I could lose Navionics. Now, this area that I'm going to be traveling through, I've never traveled through before. It's an archipelago. There are a lot of rocks and islands and shoals and boat traffic hazards, which gives me a lot of concern to begin with. But I definitely don't want to try it by doing like some screenshots of the maps and, you know, like only working off charts on their own. You know, Navionics hasn't been the greatest, but I just definitely want the GPS and the directional markers. Not that I'm going to get lost at sea. The shore will always be to my port side. But when I head into an anchorage, that's when it can get a little confusing, because there are different channels that go to different places. So, my plan today is that I will head out, and I'm going to skip past Collins Inlet. If I find when I'm out that I'm in a lot of pain or whatever, I can pull into the far side, the south end of Collins Inlet, and I can anchor, or even I can turn back to Killarney. And so that's okay. And that gives me about like an hour and a half of travel time to gauge of what I'm feeling. Beyond that, I will go to the next anchorage, and the anchorage I'm going to head to tonight is the Bustards, the Bustard Islands, which is a very scenic, beautiful spot that everybody's told me that I should check out. There is another spot that just before, again, if I feel like I just can't push on the extra 45 minutes to the Bustards, Bad River, which is a part of the French River Provincial Park, or just outside of it. And I can head into there, but I'm a little concerned just with the navigation. I'm not sure about it. There are a lot of rocks. There's 2 different channels to choose from. It would be great to have someone up at the bow as a rock spotter. I think that I'd probably make it in and out no problem, but yeah, I need to be careful. And I need to be careful no matter what, but then in the condition that I'm in, I have to think, okay, like, what's my mobility like? Even traveling slow, do I want to be running towards the bow as a lookout and controlling the tiller and like back and forth when I feel like I have limited mobility? Conditions are good, overcast. As I mentioned, expecting rain today. The breeze is a little bit chilly, so I'm going to start bundling up. I might need to take off layers later, but I'd rather be warm and dry-ish than cold and wet. So yeah, got a long day ahead of me, but so far Everything looks good. Well, I don't know as far as my back where the wind goes, but right now I'm on a closed reach. In about an hour, I'll be head to wind. If the wind doesn't change, I won't be able to sail. So I'm gonna try to put the main up. Hopefully it doesn't do too much damage to me. And hopefully I can get a bit of a sail going. Okay, well, sails are up, motor's off, everything's peaceful, life is good. The rain is starting. We're not going very fast. The winds are pretty light today, but we're doing around 2.5. Right now it's 2.5, 2.6, 2.5 knots. So it's nice to give the motor a little bit of a rest. It does slow down my day a little. I mentioned in an earlier video, I would prefer to average around 5 knots an hour. But yeah, that's okay. I know that, well, I anticipate, according to the weather, that I will not be able to sail in about an hour. So then I'll be running the motor. I'll be burning gas. It'll be noisy. There'll be vibration. Yeah, just different experience. I don't really prefer it. Sailing's the way to go. And so, oh, 2.7 knots, 2.8, speeding up. It's nice. Yeah, but I'll just take what I can get right now, save a little bit of gas, enjoy the quiet. Yeah. I should say as well, raising the mainsail wasn't that bad, you know. I find that if I keep my back straight, if I'm not bending over, not trying to put socks on, that type of thing, raise my knee up, everything's okay. So if I squat down, it's good. So using my body weight just to raise and lower, keeping my back straight, no pain, and so that's good. And that's also one of the reasons why I thought it would be okay to come out and anchor, because I think I can you know, drop the anchor the same way. I don't have windlass, everything's manual, so I'll need to lift the anchor and drop it and raise it. I've done it in previous anchorages and it wasn't a problem. So yeah, I just need to baby it a little and be careful of the positions I take. I find sitting in the cockpit is not enjoyable, but standing is okay. So today might be a 6-hour standing day. And that's all right too. I can stand, it's calm, and it gives me a better view of the area. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna enjoy the sail. Update in a minute. Okay, so the sails are down, the motor's running. I've been going for a while now. I've got an hour left, give or take. And ahead of me here is the Bustard Islands, where I will be anchoring tonight. There's some navigation that I need to be aware of. There's buoys, and I saw a couple other small boats zooming through, so have to be careful of that as well. I keep zooming into navionics. I don't see any specific rocks, but there are rocks marked like shoals. What I mean is I don't see any individual tiny rocks that I need to look out for. I did just pass, it was too late to film, part of a tree floating. So yeah, there's just a lot to pay attention to. So anyway, an hour more, I should be at the Anchorage. Okay, so I am in the Bustards. It's pretty. I'm just making my way down, just the last little stretch to the Anchorage. There was one spot marked on navionics a little ways back, but I'm going down to the end. I'll just come around here behind this little island and tuck in. Okay, so there we go. Anchor is down. Anchor alarm is set. So now I just wait a little. I've got this island here that I tucked behind, and I'm just in a little cove. I'll show you around a little, but I've got a few little visual markers that I can go off as well as the anchor alarm. So yeah, I think it's good. One's supposed to die right down tonight, so I don't think I'm going to be drifting anywhere. Let's have a look. And another boat came in right behind me, and it's an Alberg 30. So yeah, it's like my Triton's big sister. Getting ready to do some fishing, and there are a couple loons swimming around the boat. That's nice. Nice spot. It's quiet. Okay, well, didn't catch any fish. No bites. Tried a few different lures. There's no fish here. So I am just winding down now. And yeah, thinking about it, today went pretty good. My back held out. It was a long day, 7 hours. I need to get a auto tiller. 7 hours of being on watch, steering the boat in the weather. It's a long day. I'm tired. So yeah, hopefully my back doesn't punish me tomorrow, because the plan is to make another video, and we will be going further. We will go to the town of Britt and to one of the marinas there. And I think the weather is going to be different from today. So we'll see. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.